On the 8th of January 2019, at 4:16 p.m, Nicola Sturgeon stood up in front of the Scottish Parliament and said that the first time she knew anything about the salmon thing was on April the 2nd, 2018 at her home in Glasgow. Now, she's since come back and says, oh, she did find out about it 4 days before, after evidence for Jeff Aberdeen came out. She said that she'd heard about it 4 days before, and it just slipped her memory because she was so busy with all the other things. It slipped her memory that her mentor and friend of 30 years had been involved in sexual offences against staff in the Parliament. Of course it did. But if we go a little bit deeper into that, our private secretary appeared a couple of weeks later, and he said that the original meeting with Jeff Aberdeen and Liz Lloyd and Nicola Sturgeon had been in the First Minister's diary, and then it disappeared. The only people who could have access to that diary apart from him were Liz Lloyd, Chief of Staff, and Nicola Sturgeon, FM. He did not know who. He said it wasn't him that removed it, so it was one of the other two. Let's go a little bit further, going back to the statement that was made in Parliament on January the 8th. A couple of days later, the statement made in a question to Richard Leonard. The Labour Party put in a Freedom of Information request. This Freedom of Information request then asked for a confirmation of when the First Minister first found out about Alec making about the whole Alex Salmon situation. To which Liz Lloyd, Chief of Staff for the First Minister, said the first that the First Minister knew about it was on Easter Monday at the First Minister's house in Glasgow, and that was it. And it was signed off by Nicola Sturgeon. So, if, as Nicola says, that she had slipped her memory in the Parliament a few days before, and it only burned herself in her memory at the meeting at her house, then fair enough. Why then, a couple of days later, when she discovered that she'd made a mistake, did she get her Chief of Staff to answer a Freedom of Information request and then send it out? Because she didn't know what Jeff Aberdeen's evidence was going to be. So she backtracked on it. But let's go a little bit further. 5 months ago, until 5 months ago, that Freedom of Information request was available on the government website. And guess what? It vanished. It vanished. So it's no longer there. You can't check it anymore. But Jackie Bailey, if you're watching this, it was sent to your boss, Richard Leonard, and it proves completely that there was skullduggery between Liz Lloyd, who's not been called in front of the thing due to John Swinney keeping her away, and Nicola Sturgeon. You check it. The Labour Party asked for it. It's there. January is going to be an amazing month, guys. I believe we need to go forward for independence now. I've given you information now that can be, oh, that's absolutely bloody terrible. It's shocking, all this stuff. Every single bit of information that I've just given you, every single member of the press already know, because they start in the same court as I did, and they're waiting to explode it 14 days before a referendum and an election. If you've got cancer at the root, you need to remove it at the choice of your time. You need to do it on a battleground of your choosing, and not wait to allow the advantage to go to the enemy. This is all black and white. It's all part of a public record. Check it for yourselves.